Hello guys and welcome back to World of Tanks. You may have heard there is a common test number 2 for update 1.20, and there are some changes to vehicles. Some vehicles are getting buffed, some vehicles are getting nerfed. And these are changes that Wargaming likes to give us, and changes that no one asked for. Changes that no one asked for, no one needs. So most of this is useless. So you may have seen some of this. There are some videos, but most of them focus on tier 10s. But I'm gonna go through and just give you all the changes for all the tanks, tier 10s and also lower tiers and tier 6s and 7s too. Because as I see, no one cares about new players, and there are new players with low tier tanks and they may be interested too, so why don't we help them out? So it's not just you, it's not just one person. If you know this or if you know that, and if you have only tanks and you don't care about low tiers, there are new players, some players who care about low tier tanks. And they need information too. They need more help and guidance than experienced players. So be considerate of new players. And I will try to do this as fast as I can. So let's start. There is update 1.2, common test number 2. And so there are some buffs. And let's start with these buffs. Improvements to high tier vehicles, which is action 10, which is, why not? It's nice to see. I don't mind this. I have not played action 10, but many people say it's weak, it's not competitive. So this is a good change. And they have reload time, 8 seconds of 8.6. Top speed went from 53 to 55. How much is this gonna improve it? Probably not significantly, but an improvement of a weaker tank is good, because it's not gonna make it overpowered, it may actually make it a little better, so it's always welcome. Rain Metal Panzerwagen. So this one is a tier 10 German light tank, and this one needs this improvement, so I welcome this. Reload was reduced from 9 to 8 seconds, and aim time went from 1.6 to 1.4, which is good. This one really, and this version was improved from 0.36 to 0.33, which is very welcome. And this vehicle, this light tank, really needed these changes because the gun is trolling on this one. I like this tank. I have it on my EU account and I used to play it, but at the end I stopped playing it because gun is so trollish. At least 2 out of 5 or maybe even 3 out of 5. Sometimes, a lot of times, shells just disappear and you have no idea where they are going. It happens to all tanks, but this happens more often to this tank. So if it's improved and gun handling is good, because it doesn't have anything else. It's fast, yes, but it does not have a lot of advantages. So gun, it has lower alpha, so at least something that we can give these tanks to make it better is welcome. So I welcome this one, I approve this change. And respectively they made changes to, they improved tier 8 and tier 9 British medium tanks and tier 8 light tank respectively. So if I have to guess, they made similar improvements to these lower tiers to make sure it's balanced. And it's consistent, as they say. What else? Now we move on to T57, and this is very questionable for me, and I disagree. And I want to hear your opinions, guys, in the comment. Let me know which change do you like and which one do you not like and disagree. T57 Heavy, I disagree. So they increased reverse speed from 12 to 14. Okay, not bad. When you're backing up, it's faster. They improved aim time from 2.9 to 2.7, and this T57 Heavy is already good. It does not need anything. It's already good. It's playable and it's pretty powerful, and it's a well-balanced vehicle. It's fun and it's not overpowered, and that's what I want to see. I'd like to see all tanks being fun and competitive, but not overpowered. This was the case with T57. And my concern is making it a little bit more mobile. And you may say 12 to 14 reverse speed is not much, but it makes a difference when you come out and shoot, and when you're backing out into cover or around the corner. It really makes difference. So this one is good improvement, and aim timing is obviously good improvement. And my main concern is doing this one to T57. It's gonna make it even better. T57 was buffed a long time ago, and this armor was buffed, and it was made much better and stronger, and you can actually block some damage now. Previously it was a paper, and it became pretty good. And the reload time is low. You can reload entire clip in like 22 seconds or so, 21. That's how it was. I'm not sure how much it is now. What do you tell AMX50B? Like, only AMX50B is already very hard to play because turret is weak and big and no armor, and everyone pins you. So you have to be careful, and you have to be like hit and run style. You can't really tank around, you can't block stuff if you get lucky once in a while. Only advantage to AMX50B has is gun handling and speed. So if you give T57 improvement at speed, even if it's just backing up, and in time to improve gun handling, that makes 50B even more obsolete. So what do we tell 50B? Why would we ever play 50B again? And reload time on 50B is much longer. It's like 27 or 28 seconds or whatever. So this was not necessary. Totally not necessary. So I don't agree on this one. Let me know in the comments. Rinoceronte, people say is not a good tank, but main problem people have is reload times are super long and unplayable. So that's why on paper it sounds like auto reload or heavy tank, and it sounds like it should be good, but it's obviously not. People don't like it, don't enjoy it, and that's why we don't see a lot of them on the battlefield. So that's one of my gauges, because if you don't see a tank on the battlefield, that says something about it. That means it's not fun. People don't enjoy playing it. But they increased reverse speed from 12 to 15. Okay, I guess not bad, but that's it. And I don't think that's enough. Actually they strengthened turret armor, so turret armor is gonna be stronger, which is also good. But from what I've heard, we want to see a little bit more reload time buff, so it's more playable, and you don't, if you shoot all like 2 or 3, I don't know, you have to wait for 25 seconds or whatever it is. But I have not played yet. I researched this. I still have to buy it. I'm just waiting for some sale to buy it, and I will test this out myself. But from what I've heard, reload time buff would be nice, but any improvement is welcome, obviously, so I approve this one too. Improvements to tier 6 and 7 vehicles, and no one actually touches this one, and I'm just gonna go through. We have some improvements with Arl V39. I don't see a need. I have this vehicle, I'm enjoying it. I have a big gun. I don't have that many games, but I do a lot of damage usually. My average damage should be good. I did 4,200 damage once, and it was a draw. Time ran out. Tiger P is a good tank, does not need anything. IKV90 Type B tier 7. I don't think this needs anything, but I still have to. I have played this on my U account a long time ago, so I don't remember. On my NA account I still have to get it. Panzer SPIC again, I don't remember, I can't tell much. T-43, I don't think this needs a buff. Comet, I don't think this needs a buff. Comet and Cromwell are very good tanks, and I have Comet, and even starting it playing stock, it was already good, and now I installed Top Gun and engine and all of that stuff, and it feels pretty nimble. A44, not bad, I don't think this was necessary. Let's go to negative changes, so nerfs, which is totally ridiculous. And Wargaming is just, I don't know what they are doing. There are tanks that really need some nerfs, they're overpowered, there are 279E running around. There are chieftains, there are tanks without weak spots. And they nerf Progetto and for mod 65 again, which is totally ridiculous. I love this tank, I love Italian mediums. The tier 9 standard B is my favorite, I love it, I absolutely love it, and these two were nerfed already, and now they nerfed it again. And there is absolutely no need to nerf this, because this is fun, but who can tell me this is overpowered? There is no single person who will say this is overpowered and this needs to nerf. And I don't know why they stick this here. River speed was reduced from 23 to 20 wherever, and upper glacis plate, so upper plate armor is weaker, less durable, and increased dispersion, so gun handling will be worse. So this will actually make this vehicle less fun. So they are just killing a fun tank. It wasn't overpowered, it was just fun. Now it may not be as much fun. My only guess is they are doing this so people play Lion instead of this, because Lion has bad gun handling. That's my only guess. And if that's the case, shame on you, Wargaming. This is totally ridiculous. And then T123 will decrease view range. Okay, view range I can agree, because it has 390, now it's 370, and it's a TD. It shouldn't have 390, because some heavies and mediums have 390. And it doesn't need 390, it doesn't matter that much, so wherever. But reload time and aiming time is really bad. Reload time a little bit increased, it's okay, I guess, but because E3 reloads pretty fast for the alpha damage now. Aim time, no. Aim time and dispersion and gun handling characteristics are what makes or breaks a tank. So if you destroy gun characteristics, tank just becomes less fun. It just becomes less fun. That's it. And they are doing the same with AMX. But before I move on to AMX, I want to say this was totally unnecessary. Totally unnecessary, unapproved, totally unnecessary, unapproved. And sometimes I have impression whoever came up with these nerfs and offered and approved, I feel like I have a question to them. Have you ever played World of Tanks? Because I feel like people who make these decisions don't even play this game, or have never played or even seen this game or gameplay, because this doesn't make any sense. Where do you see that E3 is overpowered and like dominating the game? It's slow. It has good gun and high alpha damage. It's not even has such a good gun. Sometimes it trolls. Sometimes E3 and E4 guns are trolly sometimes. Sometimes she'll disappear. More E4 than E3. But E3 was not that great either. And it is slow. So this is totally unnecessary. If anything needs a nerf, it would be 268 version 4. Because it has all, and it's also fast. And it's much better than E3. In most cases. So this doesn't make sense. Again, AMX M4 MLE54, I want to say this is bad, but this tank is pretty powerful. We see it a lot on the battlefield. We see it a lot of dominating battles. and I have to be honest, I don't want this vehicle to be nerfed because I like this vehicle since it was released. I always liked this, and then they improved it a lot and it became a beast. Improved gun characteristics a lot, and that's what made this vehicle strong, because that's the most important. And then they nerfed it very soon because it became very strong. And now they are nerfing it second time, which is questionable. But to be totally honest and unbiased, some of this makes sense. So what did they change? Let's see. .130 and 45 model. So it is a big gun, and they are reducing. They are increasing dispersion, which is bad, and which is what they improved before. Now they are taking it back, and they improved reload time before they are taking it back, and aiming time. So they totally destroyed this big gun, and this is what made this vehicle strong. So the front armor on this one was always strong. They have not changed much. What they improved was the gun handling. They are taking this back now, so this vehicle will become less fun. And I can agree, this could get some tweaks, very tiny bit, and it could be justified, so it's not so dominating. But this is too much. Dispersion, reload time, and aim time at the same time, and it may just make this vehicle like any other, some boring vehicle which you don't care to take out. And they list standard B again, totally ridiculous. My favorite tank. T95. Who thinks T95 is too powerful? Show me one person. M4ML51. It's a fun tank, not overpowered, nothing. Same, all of this is not overpowered, just normal tanks. These two are fun. They are ruining it. They are trying to ruin it. And this is just totally laughable. One of the worst tanks in this game. One of the worst tier 8 heavies. 0 armor. If you ever seen this tank, shoot at the upper plate. It has 150, 160 effective armor. You can pen this in with tier 6 standard rounds. Tier 7 easy. Tier 8, tier 9, tier 10 you can, I don't know, pen this with anything. So this is totally laughable. And again, this makes me think that whoever makes these decisions have not played this game, or don't even watch it, or don't even play, or know anything about this game, because you should know this is one of the worst tanks already, and they are nerfing it already. So there is more details about this small tank, so I will go through this if you care to stick around, because no one has done it. And I mean, there are some new players who have these low tier tanks and they may be interested, so why not? If you don't care, you can, you know, close out the video and just move on. But I'm gonna move on myself. Collection of item balance, okay, wherever. Changes to the technical characteristics in the following vehicles. T43 decreases dispersion, moving and wherever, decreases dispersion of all guns. So T43 and A44 decrease dispersion, so gun handling will be better. Aim time on this one too, which, okay, I mean, okay, not bad, I will welcome, but these are nice Russian medium tank. They were never bad. Like, no one asked for this. No one said, oh, I wish T43 had a little bit less dispersion because it's not good enough. No one said this. there are other tanks that could use some love, rather than T-43 and A-44. So this totally doesn't make sense. Like the Chinese, what is it? Is it Chinese or Czech medium tank T-34-100? Totally weak tank, totally weak. That could use some improvements. It has nothing to offer. Armor is totally garbage, non-existent. Gun is terrible, aim time is terrible, dispersion is bad, reload is long, and there is no gun depression. Speed is average. There is nothing to offer from the tank. And yet they are improving this. This just does not make sense. Again, whoever makes these changes, have you ever played this game? And I'm seriously asking this question. German light tank, this was improved, and I don't remember when I played this tank. I got on my EU account, I got this German light tank very long time ago, so I don't remember this tank. So if I had to guess, the improvements should be good on those tanks, because German light tanks are not really strong. Now when I think about it, have I seen any very good battles or these tanks dominating battlefield? Have I seen any good gameplays? I have not. Do I see these tanks on the battlefield that often? I don't. So that makes me think this really needs some improvement. So this should be good. Decreased gun dispersion again, which is always good. Gun dispersion in time is very important. It can make a tank much more fun, but not overpowered. So those are good changes. Rheinmetall Panzerwagen Tier 10 again. Full details here. Decreased gun depression. No, dispersion, not depression. Gun dispersion during movement and hull traverse. Gun dispersion in general. Turret traverse chain. The reload time, we saw this already. The aiming time from 1.6 to 1.4, very good. This is very welcoming changes, so I may actually start grinding this on my NA account now, which is the goal of these changes. They want to ignite this interest in these tanks again, which I would not do this because I stopped playing this on my EU account because of the gun. It was just very trolly, ghosty shells very often. Tiger P, no improvement necessary. This is a really good tank. Some of you may disagree with me in some areas, and feel free to comment down below. This is my opinion and my feedback, and let me know which one you think is a good change and which one is totally ridiculous and not necessary. This one is not necessary in my opinion, but I welcome it, why not? But this may actually make this very powerful in tier 7. So you get 1500 hit points now, and Tiger P has reload time. Tiger P's DPM is pretty good already, and now they made this DPM even better, so this is the time to play this tank, I guess. I think I have this researched and I have to buy it, so I guess good timing for me. T95, no one said that T95 is too powerful ever, so they increased reload time. What the hell, like seriously? Aiming time 2.5, 2.7, terrible. View range, who cares, it's a TD. And I kind of don't mind this change, because TDs should not have, I mean, it's a TD, it should have, it's just common sense, TDs have less view range. So this makes sense. Only this makes sense. These don't. E3. This one I could partially agree on. Aim time totally not necessary. View range I could agree. I don't care that much. Hit points were lowered by 100, which is again not necessary. Who said? I mean, come on. No one asked for this. T57. Decreased gun dispersion again. I'm messing this up. Gun dispersion during movement and halt traverse was improved. Changed aiming time to 2.7. Reverse speed we already talked about. This is not necessary. I don't approve this. Improvement to this one. Let's see what this is. Reload time. I mean, is this a big gun with a 300 damage? This is what I'm using, and it's already a very good gun, and I'm enjoying it. So this actually may make it very powerful now. So, but this was not necessary. Change the top and forward speed to 45. So I played a few games in this tank. I did not feel like this is too slow or gun is bad. This is not necessary. Only change this tank needs, and this has this huge tumor on top, some huge basketball, or I don't know, it has a basketball stadium, a machine gun or something on top. That needs to be reduced in size because it's totally ridiculous. No one can miss it. You already don't have armor, so you don't need that huge giant piece of garbage on top. So I would reduce the size of that physically. That's what I would do to this tank. That's the only thing this needs. That's it. AMX 60 ton, what a poor miserable vehicle. They improved gun on this one, the bigger gun, and that gun is actually good, and that's the only good thing about this tank. And now they increased this version, so they made gun handling a slightly bit worse. Still should work, but of course this was not necessary. Every single player knows that this tank is terrible. It just sucks. And gun is the only good thing about this. Other than that, it's paper. If you don't see the huge hull, you can. If you see the huge hull, you can pen it anywhere. If you don't see it, there is a huge giant piece of crap on the turret, and you can shoot anything to it. You can't miss it. So this is terrible. This needs a lot of improvements, not nerfs. Ridiculous. Increase this version again, 12 and 14%, slight nerf. Aiming time 2.3 to 2.5, not necessary. This is not overpowered. This tank is just okay. I don't see it that much on the battlefield, so I don't think it's overpowered. And this one is FL or whatever, same changes. Oh yeah, who cares? And this one is a tier 10. Okay, we already talked about this, so I'm not going to skip. Comet was decreased dispersion. I mean, I welcome this. It's not bad. Comet has a very long aiming time, so I guess this could help. So I don't mind it that much, even though this was not necessary. Centurion Mark 1 and 7.1 tier 8 and tier 9. I have not played this, so I cannot say much about this. But they are not very strong vehicles. I have not seen a lot of battles dominated by any of these tanks. I don't see a lot of high damage gameplays or anything, so I think this should help, so I don't mind this changes. This one, what is dispersion, was improved. It's a TD, it doesn't have a turret. Is it really necessary? I don't care. Who cares? No one asked for it, but okay, whatever. let's keep move on. I hate every time I see this. I hate because these are very fun tanks, very good tanks, but they are not overpowered. They don't break game. They don't ruin game in any way. You can, and they are not that easy to play. It's auto reload there. It's not heavily armored tanks. You need to have some skill to play, so it's not overpowered in any way. Totally unnecessary. I hate this wargaming. Stop it. And I heard they have a balance department, which I was stunned. I was very surprised. Wargaming in balance department? Like, if you have entire balance department, why don't you have them focus on actual problems? And instead they focus on this stuff that no one asked for. Improved, okay, Rinoceronte, we already talked about this. Some good improvements, but not enough. And that's it. And I still did not do it fast enough, but if you made it this far, thank you very much, I appreciate it. And consider like and subscribe, and make sure to leave the comment, let me know if you agree, and which one do you think is a good change, and which one do you think it's absolutely terrible change, and which one is okay change, I guess, whatever you think about this. My feedback is wargaming, fire your entire balance department and hire me as your balance department, and I will let you know what to do and how to balance these tanks in this game. And that's gonna be it for today, and hope this was interesting. It's just going through some text, so it's not that that's interesting. I still wanted to make it, and in case some people want some information, just throwing this out there, why not? Thank you very much, and have a great one, and see you guys next time.